Welcome to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast with your host, Brandon Seigel. I'm a published author, speaker, entrepreneur, and private practice strategist dedicated to transforming the way that healthcare functions. This podcast is all about empowering you to create the change you want to see. Let's dive in. Welcome. Thanks again for tuning in. This is our quick tip episode. So today we're talking about leveraging your talent and your team to attract reoccurring revenue. You got it. We want to leverage our talent and our team to optimize their opportunity because guess what? That's the art of co-creating. And so we're talking about reoccurring revenue and bringing together our team so that we are unlocking the entrepreneur and the intrapreneur for your organization. So you obviously are the entrepreneur. But what if each employee had an opportunity to become an intrapreneur? So an intrapreneur is an employee within a company who acts like an entrepreneur, taking initiative to innovate, solve problems, and drive new ideas or projects while leveraging the organization's resources and support. So an example of an intrapreneur. I was an intrapreneur before I was an entrepreneur. So when I was just out of college, I was blessed to get this job for a company that did picnic backpacks and tailgating items. And at the time, they were in big stores, very successful company. So I want to be very clear. I did not do anything so magical for them, but I did get an opportunity, and it was my first taste of intrapreneur. And so at the time, they were in the promotional products and the retail space. And I had this idea. I said, why don't we get licensing? Why don't we become the collegiate licensing brand? And so all I was focused on was collegiate licensing. And they said, you know what, Brandon? We're going to let you have this, run with it for us. And I got to be an intrapreneur. I got to do all the research. I got to fill out all the applications. I got to come up and I got to basically jumpstart this piece of their company. Again, I did not get a piece of it, but the learning, knowledge, experience was more than they could have ever given me. And it ended up building over a $10 million licensing division for them. Am I responsible for all that? No, I'm not going to take credit for everything. But what I will tell you is they gave me the opportunity to learn how to establish a new revenue stream for them and all the pieces to bring in that to market. And then they made it happen. And that's really special. What if you could do that with some of your staff? What if you had one staff member that helped you jumpstart a $10 million revenue opportunity? So here are some strategies I want you to think about when you're looking to empower your entrepreneurs. One, I want you to foster a culture of innovation. I want you to be able to help them understand how fun it is to create, innovate, because that ultimately is going to unlock a fire in them, something that they feel responsibility for. They get to birth that baby in your hands. So by encouraging creativity, we can create a safe space where staff can share ideas without fear of criticism. We can host regular brainstorming sessions. We can have idea pitches to inspire new solutions for practical challenges. So what if we did this? I have this idea. Are you ready? So here's the idea. What if you created your own healthcare Shark Tank for your staff? And what if you said, anyone who wants to participate, you're going to get 2 hours of paid time a week for a month. So 8 hours of paid time. You're going to do your research and you're going to come up with one idea that could innovate the way that we generate revenue in a new way. And we would have teams that would compete, teams of 2 people. And a month, 2 months, whatever, you're going to have a business plan, you're going to have a this, you're going to have a that. And at the end of the day, anything above the time that is allotted, they would be volunteering their time. But we will have the entire organization vote on one of the ideas that will win our Shark Tank Award. And if you win our Shark Tank Award, one, you're going to get a cash prize. Maybe that's a big prize. Maybe it's a $5,000 prize for that team, $2,500 and $2,500, whatever that may be. But here's the other thing. You're going to get a 12-month opportunity to be paid to help innovate that a handful of hours per week. And you will get a rev share for the first 5 years when you're working and running that program or whatever that may be. But now what we've done is we've created an innovative opportunity. And based on how that goes, you may say, we're going to do Shark Tank once a year. Our 2025 winner of Shark Tank was this. Get ready for 2026. Start thinking. And now you've innovated a culture of innovation, fun, revenue generating, and you can set that criteria. But I want that culture to feel innovative. The next thing I want you to think with is providing autonomy and ownership. Give employees the freedom to lead projects or initiatives they're passionate about. Assign clear goals. Allow for flexibility. Let them look at how they're going to achieve it. Empower them to take risks. Empower them to really build something within the framework of your practice. Offer them resources and support, provide access to training tools, budget allocations, pilot projects, you name it. For example, support a staff member's idea to implement a new patient engagement tool by allocating time and funds and testing it and measuring that financial benefit. For the past 20 years, I've had the privilege of helping pediatric occupational, physical, and speech therapists redefine the way that their business functions and helping them tap into their entrepreneurial spirit. In recent years, I recognized a deficit, which was bringing private practice owners together with the vision of allowing them to connect, learn, and grow. And Growth Code Conference was born. From sunrise to sunset, we offer an opportunity for pediatric, occupational, physical, speech therapy private practice leaders and owners to connect, collaborate, learn, grow from yoga to breakfast to lunch to coffee carts and more. We take you to another world where you are inspired, where you feel empowered, and where you are able to grow to the next level so that we all can change the world one child at a time. The other thing I want you to do is, like I said earlier, I want you to recognize and I want you to reward. I want you to acknowledge entrepreneurial efforts through public praise, bonuses, career advancements. And I come back to gamification. How are we gamifying? How are we encouraging cross-functional collaboration, facilitating teamwork across roles, clinicians, administration, marketing? What if you actually had the pairing of one practitioner to one administrative staff for the Shark Tank idea? Again, we're just trying to bring in diverse perspectives. And part of this is identifying, is this a service? Is this a tool? Is this a resource? Are we enhancing our care delivery model or are we innovating our care delivery model? Create small task forces to tackle specific challenges, blending skills to drive creative outcomes. Provide time for exploration. Allocate dedicated time for your staff to work on passion projects, process improvements. Give them a few hours a week, like I said. Solicit and act on feedback. Their voice matters. Regularly ask staff, hey, what do you think of this? How did that go? Let's do this. What are 5 ways we can do things better? But you need to have the root of fundamentals. You got to have that foundation for them. What is the context that they're creating within? So I always say, like, here's what we're trying to do. This is the end product. So in order to win the Shark Tank prize, it's got to be something that can be implemented within 90 days or less. It's got to be something that can generate at least $100,000 a year within 2 years. And it's got to be something that has less than $20,000 of overhead investment initially. That's just an example. Putting that into context, I think, can really help you. But I always say, let your staff have skin in the game. Rev share it. Imagine if they get 20% of net profit as long as they manage their entrepreneur venture within your organization. The day they leave, they lose that. So that's going to increase retention, earning potential, etc. Leverage your staff's talent. Let's let them create. Let's let them share in the winnings. Unlock their revenue generating potential, because here's the bottom line. Wouldn't you rather have 80% of net profit and have other people create on it? If you came to me like, look, Brandon, we want to create this thing. Do you believe in it? and all we want is 20% net profit and our salary, I'm like, done. Make it happen. Let's do it. So unlock that potential. It could be a new service. Maybe the receptionist has a background in massage therapy, says, I want to launch a massage therapy practice for us within this. I think we can generate revenue. I can run the team. I can hire the girls, the boys, the people, whatever. It's all possible. Maybe the employee has a built-in social media following and they can leverage their market to grow revenue for the private practice in a different way. Think outside the box. Build partnerships. Stop the rat race. Very important. Do you remember that movie, Rat Race? I love that movie. Stop the rat race. You don't need it. So when we're leveraging talent to attract this reoccurring revenue, think with maybe it's a subscription-based service from Staff Innovations. Encourage your entrepreneurs to create reoccurring service models like monthly wellness programs, check-ins, different subscriptions. Just make sure you're looking at making sure, is this medical model through insurance funding, or can we really diversify it in that way? We do not want to be in breach of any of our payer contracts. We want to create digital products from staff expertise. That's where we can create digital offerings, downloadable things, passive income. You know, I had a client practice that I was working with, and one of the employees' husbands was an app developer. And he ended up developing an app that they ended up owning. And it was all because of the employee and her husband. And the practice got to own that app. So it is possible. Incentivize client retention in these programs. Support your entrepreneurs by designing loyalty programs, membership programs with repeat visits. You know, staff members could get discounts on it. What are different ways that we are bringing everyone together? Did you know a 2024 McKinsey report found that organizations, including private practices, that train staff to upsell reoccurring services, such as wellness memberships, achieve a 12% increase in reoccurring revenue, adding an average of $50,000 annually for a practice with $500,000 in revenue? Lots of opportunity here. So in the words of the great Michael Jordan, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. Don't forget, subscribe, like us, review us, share us with your friends, family, and foes even, because together we can thrive, not just survive. Thank you for tuning in to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. I'm incredibly grateful to each and every one of you. Exciting news. We're now available everywhere, from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to YouTube or anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts. So watch, listen, and reach out. If you love this episode, please drop a 5-star review. It truly means the world to me. Are you looking for more ways to elevate your practice? If so, now is your chance. Reach out, go to my website, or email me at brandon@wellnessworksmp.com. And remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving.